Welcome to Dr. Jester Rants, and I'm gonna rant about this from Sausage Roll. The Last of Us Part 2 wins Ultimate Game of the Year, and people aren't happy. This is one of those moments where you question your sanity. Apparently, the game was so damn fucking woke that they actually had to create another category for the game to reward it for, because otherwise it would be not only racist, it would be sexist, it would be misogynistic and transphobic. That's why they made the new award called Ultimate Game of the Year. You got it! You got it. There you go. Anyway, the only reason this game actually sold was due to the good vibe. No, not the good vibes. What was it? The relatively good or positive influence that the first game had with its fans. That's the only reason why it sold. But quickly after they realized that the game was pretty much a piece of shit, sales dropped and plummeted to the point that we even started to see the game going on sale, really heavy sale, right around 1 month or less than 1 month after it was released. That absolutely never happens when the game sells well. And you could see pictures upon pictures, pictures after pictures of large quantities of Last of Us Part 2 games being piled up or being given as for free as a bonus to something else that you buy on the store. That's how bad the game ended up being sold based on the predictions of the company, because this is how it's done. The company predicts that they are going to sell X amount, and so they make that X amount in products or copies, and then they send it to the distributors that sends it to the shops. That's how it is done. But then, if they sell more than they did for X, you'll get out of stock. You get people requesting the money for more copies, and the publisher printing and making more copies and sending it to the stores on other places. And in that case, you barely even get a fucking discount. You'll not even get a sale so soon, especially if the game sells that much. But in this case, in Last of Us Part 2, albeit it seems they recouped the costs of development, you see that they expected to sell a whole lot more, based on the amount of copies that were being left on the stores, on the shelves, and being given for free, or with the epic discounts and sales that started after 1 month. So the company expected to sell X amount, but ended up being very, very short on that regard. But unfortunately, things like that we usually are not very privy unless the company releases what they have done, or the plans, or the money or marketing related stuff on something else or somewhere else. Either way, let's keep on reading. Special awards go to special games. The Last of Us Part 2 is the first game in history of the Golden Joystick Award to be awarded Ultimate Game of the Year. You got it! Many people predicted that Naughty Dog big budget sequel to their post-apocalyptic zombie game would pick up Game of the Year award in 2020. No. Those are only games journalists and the woke crowd. Those are the only ones who predicted that, mostly because that's the only people who actually run those awards. Because if you actually run those awards, you pretty much can give it to the game you actually want, and the ones that passes the old tests, or the ones that support your narrative. So no, it's not because it's good. And based on the rumors and what I read, and from some of the streams I watched, Ghosts of Tsushima was actually much better game, and that one should have won the Ultimate Game of the Year, but instead you got whatever this is. Even if we count PC games, Factorio that released this year should also have gotten a nomination or things like that, because Factorio is as addictive as crack on steroids. That's how addictive it is. Anyway, let's keep on reading. Many people, but at the same time they didn't think it deserved it. The mainstream media frothed in excitement about progressive politics, including a macho, literal man-crushing protagonist and a Chinese transgender boy. Even what many people suspect is Abby being a tranny, or a transgender in this case, even though it was denied by Naughty Dog, but you can actually see her building her body and things like that. It's actually of a male, and that's pretty disturbing the way they went through with it. But anyway, who am I to question that? Not like I have a biology degree or those books you see right around here, right? Oh, let's drink coffee. Among some of the game's harshest critics, stunning and brave. That's a very low score. It should be 15 out of 10. It's another achievement on stunning and brave. Stunning and brave. The mainstream media shouted while awarding the game the highest possible score. However, majority of people who weren't paid to review the game didn't love it. They actually hated it. Among some of the game's harshest critics were PewDiePie, Lone Tyler 1, and even Joe Vargas of the Angry Joe Show. As far as I remember, I can't even confirm, so don't quote me on this. Apparently, PewDiePie actually quit more or less halfway on the game. I saw a stream by V, the Romanian V, watched the game, and Jesus Christ, not only was the dialogue absolutely cringe, the gameplay mechanic was atrocious, and I wanted to kill myself after every stream. And he was raging pretty epically too. Apparently it's something you carry on your gypsy genes. These popular content creators share the same sentiments regarding The Last of Us Part 2. Not only did they hate the story, writing, and what they did to the original characters, but ultimately the gameplay was boring and broken. You know, if you wanted to support my demographic, you need to make a game that makes kleptomania a kind of a very rewarding undertaking. Usually those open world games where you loot everything you see on sight. That will definitely be definitely playing with the stereotypes of us Latin Americans, and we love it. But ultimately, the game was boring and broken. Other gamers share these thoughts on the disaster piece that they believe the game to be on Metacritic, and their user score swan dived to 3 out of 10 before Naughty Dog CEO lashed out on the reviews, calling them fake, forcing Metacritic to delete thousands of reviews and bumping the score back up to a 7. Sadly for Naughty Dog, the score has fallen yet again, this time to a 5. Yes, that's usually what happens when you are woke. You definitely need to play on the score. You need to actually demand industries to change the rules. Kind of like the Democrats have done with elections. You actually have to change the rules for you to win the game. If you let the other side play by the rules, the other side will definitely play it and better. But since you are so incompetent, you can't play by the rules, so you actually have to change the rules. That's what they do. RGE Blade Devil is now on the Indiegogo. Well, that person wrote, in case anyone still believes these award shows are legit in any way, I present to you, which I assume is something related to The Last of Us. Let's take a peek, because apparently you need to be woke. Oh yes, yes, there you go. Last but it shows Ultimate Game of the Year, Last of Us Part 2. In fact, let me ask you this. Who in the actual fuck actually awards a shitty game the ultimate game of the year. I don't think anybody with a right brain or with the two neurons to rub together will reward this game of the year. Especially ultimate game of the year, because it was so shit. It was like kind of getting raped up in your bunghole without lube. Suffice to say, The Last of Us Part 2 is not the people's choice when it comes to Game of the Year, even though this award claims it was chosen by you, the gamers. Bullshit, it wasn't chosen by us. The polls for voting on your favorite game were still up and running when Last of Us Part 2 was announced as Game of the Year, leading many to believe that their vote didn't actually matter. Of course it didn't matter, they already chosen who the winner was. Huh. So you decided the winner way, so you've decided the winner way in advance, and the whole voting thing was just a sham to add false legitimacy or legitimacy. This uninspired, copy-pasted third-person shooter with crafting and stealth mechanics would not even break the nominations if the public was to actually decide here. Actually agree. If only seems, and this one seems to be pretty woke too, because you know, you have the rainbow flag announcing how progressive they are, the whatever gender this is, and it's against 18 years or younger content, so you know, it's probably a porn actress or actor or something like that. So you know, it's pretty woke, and when somebody who is woke says this, you gotta take it seriously, especially for a product designed for the woke people. It only seems that such praises was awarded as a form of corporate smooching and virtue signaling. Yes, I agree, that was the reason why it was awarded. Did Ghost of Tsushima deserve Game of the Year more? Yes, I agree, it deserved more. Was Sucker Punch cheated? Yes, it was, kind of like Trump in the 2020 election. The 2020 PlayStation 4 exclusive title Ghosts of Tsushima received lots of love and got a better user score on Metacritic with a near perfect 93%. Jesus Christ! Look, I love the website name, Sausage Roll, I love the content that they produce, but for fuck's sake, people, hire an editor and check your grammar. Unfortunately, a few progressive journalists sabotaged the score by claiming that Ghosts of Tsushima was problematic because it whitewashed and appropriated Asian culture. You gotta be shitting me, the Japanese actually loved it because they saw how the Westerns showed love to their culture. In fact, that's one of the biggest flatteries you can do to a culture, when you portray it so well that it becomes absolutely loved by everybody who actually plays it or sees it or consumes it. That's the best thing ever. But no. When you're part of the woke, you need to segregate. And only black people is allowed to appropriate cultures of any other place, except white people. Those white people are evil. They should not be allowed to even partake in any type of content or culture or any other culture from anywhere else. Alright, even Doom Eternal was way more deserving of Game of the Year. A lot of people have said. Cyberpunk 2077 lost out because of Sony. Another game that could have easily claimed the of the year is Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah, I'm not gonna read that. Because as y'all know, it got delayed again because of the consoles. Yeah. Now, to the dismay of thousands, Naughty Dog's The Last of Us Part 2 has claimed Game of the Year awarded, going to Joystick Awards 2020. Not only did Game Snack Game of the Year 2020, but it's the first game in history of the awards to receive something called the Ultimate Game of the Year. Why exactly though? It's interesting. So, if you earn Game of the Year, will you automatically earn the Ultimate Game of the Year? Another question. If you don't win Game of the Year award, but wins Ultimate Game of the Year, is the Ultimate Game of the Year actually even worth the title Ultimate? Questions, but that will never be answered because the woke pronoun, the woke mafia, the pronoun gang will not let you ask those questions. They will censor you and kill you in the process. Oh well, or cancel you. Which is almost exactly the same thing. What is game of the editor? What is Ultimate Game of the Year? It's an award that was exclusively given to The Last of Us Part 2 because it won every single category. Graphic, story and gameplay, not even Grand Theft Auto 5 got this many awards. Is the game really that special, deserves its own ultimate reward, or are the masses right and the game is mostly mediocre? I would say it's pretty sucky, but it really makes you think, because well, that's what happens when you let the cancerous woke infect and infestate. They cause the infestation of everything you love and care about. That's what happens. They will go there and metastasize the cancer and spread, and in the end you get kicked out of your own hobby, of the thing you actually created. And then when they are done kicking you out, they end up destroying it, and then they are ready to infect something else you created. That's exactly what they're doing. That's exactly what is happening to DC Comics, to Marvel and other things. They managed to kick you out, and now the comics industry is going downhill pretty fast with the sales. Even there is a possibility and rumors that DC Comics may actually get closed because of how woke they ended up and started losing sales. So these people are only and all about destroying stuff. They are incapable of creating something unique. And this is a game that the cock director managed to fire the actual person who wrote the story, and changed a little bit the story in the first game with a DLC that made the main character gay, and then made this game, and kicking out one of the best writers in the industry, and that one of the best writers is actually a woman. So you see how bad things are when you're dealing with the woke crowd. So, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you want to watch more of me and suffering in this goddamn filthy shithole that is somewhere down in Latin America that I do not want to disclose my location yet. But either way, suffice to say, it feels pretty much like Satan is farting directly up on my face. That's how hot it is. Either way, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, hit the notification bell button, the other shenanigans that you actually listen to every single YouTuber begging for. So, good night.